making something too great or to do something too awesome. Remind yourself, nothing is going to be perfect. As an artist, you want to draw the most perfect drawing every single time, but don't get hooked up in that illusion. No artwork is truly perfect. All your artwork has a special place and meaning to somebody else, and you can't forget that. Artwork is a key to the soul. It's the way you express yourself. So when you put expectations of making something perfect, it's like when you don't make something perfect, you look back at yourself and I'm like, am I not good enough? Am I not good enough artist to make something good? No, it takes time, it takes process. But one thing you can't make a mistake of is trying to make the best drawing every single time. You gotta be ready to make something awful, because obviously it's a learning experience. Art is all about learning and taking big steps to reach a bigger goal. The key being making bad mistakes. Every artwork is a rhythm. It makes progress in your art journey. You can't let go of the process, because without the process you won't be where you are. So when you look back at your work, you can notice tons of mistakes. All those little hands, all those scribbles that don't really add up, it adds up now. All that effort you put into making those bad mistakes leads you to making something better in the future. For example, this drawing. I started out with something I'm comfortable with, a face, but after then I started doing the hair. I was messing around with the hair. I was ready to make tons of mistakes, because I knew, for example, that thorn, I had no clue. I thought that looked terrible. I thought that ruined it. I thought I ruined the drawing when I added my tag, the Druzy tag. I thought I cooked it. But I like how it's looking, so I just keep going, and I kept going. Art isn't always about making the best artwork you can or having the most perfect, neat sketchbook. It's about having that dirty, that messy sketchbook, if you get what I'm saying, because that shows progress. It shows to people that you're trying to learn. When I look at some other artists' sketchbooks and I see them perfect lines and them perfect drawings, I'm like, that's cool and all, but I know you have that dirty secret sketchbook somewhere, because you can't achieve that without making those drawings with that terrible line art and that terrible anatomy. Obviously you have those sketchbooks and you can't hide it from me, because I know they exist, but it shows to me that you have dedication and you perfected the craft and you put in that work to make something better. For example, me, I know many mistakes with this drawing. I can locate every single mistake. Like the clothes, for example. Are those clothes, or are they? What are they? What is the drawing? I don't know, but I love it because I don't know what it is. I made that mistake. Obviously you can tell I'm doing a somewhat of a Zentangle doodle type aesthetic. The more clarity is in the face. But even with the face, I wasn't afraid to make mistakes, adding random things and majigs and damn adding little stars there. Obviously I'm not afraid. I'm pushing my boundaries apart from where I'm comfortable from, because obviously there's a saying, you have to get out of your comfort zone. You won't get strong if you don't go to the gym. You won't be able to talk if you don't go have a conversation. And one thing I've heard an artist say is, you can't draw something well unless you draw it perfect once. For example, anatomy. How do you draw a head or a full skeleton without actually drawing a full skeleton at least perfectly once? Once being as in you draw the skeleton perfectly once, so the next time you have a better understanding and you know how to draw it. So learning the sketch, learning the process, and reminding yourself in your head of how it looks. Art is about making improvements every step of the way, not about making the best artwork you can. And I got hung up on this so many times. And I look at my accounts or my drawings, I'm like, I'm not making any progress. I'm not big, or no one likes my work as much as I expect them to. But it's about the process. And if you believe in yourself, you will achieve it. But that's all I have to say. And thank you for watching the video. And I will be posting soon, so I'll see you then. Safe. And the last thing I have to say, please subscribe and comment. I really need that engagement just to push my channel out.